Hey guys, how's it going? Mega Gears here. So I decided to do a quick rundown, brief review on Descender Volume 1. The reason why is mainly because I started rereading through Comixology the first volume, and it's kind of funny how the first time you read something, then you come by later and you reread it, there's certain things that you didn't notice, especially when the last time you read it was forever ago. It's interesting because, like most image titles, it's a good idea to read them in trade. Descender definitely does work for that. I've done the single issues with Descender. It does not work. It's one of those examples of something being written for a trade. I don't think maybe Jeff Lemire did it on purpose, but it seems as it goes on, it kind of fell into that rut of being written for trade. But I will say, one, Dustin Nguyen's art is pretty great. If you've read Super Sons or even Teen Titans, you know he's done variant covers for Super Sons, Teen Titans, even I think he's done some variant covers for Action Comics as well, or something like that. Yeah, he's done quite a few variant covers over at DC. So he does the interiors for this book. So he does the interiors and the exteriors. Every now and then you will have somebody come do a variant cover. Sean Gordon Murphy has done a variant cover. Jeff Lemire has done his variant covers. I'm not too crazy about. Just stick with Sean Gordon Murphy and Dustin Nguyen. So the art's great. I will say though, because this might be part of the process why it takes it so long for it to get it done, is because it's watercolor, painting. So I'm pretty sure that it must take him forever. But listen up. Main characters. Tim 21. He's the android that's basically kind of like the Astro Boy, the I guess Pinocchio, the pure of heart protagonist that you kind of follow, because everyone else after this thing with the attack with the harvesters, which are these giant-sized mechs, ancient robots that just basically incinerated like planets, right? So that's what you find out in the first volume. And one of the guys in there, I forget what his name is. It's different, but how do I put this without spoiling? He is supposedly the brains behind creating androids with a codex, especially with the Tim 21s, to express empathy and learn to act more human. And that's kind of the situation we run into, because with the harvesters killing mass genocide of humans and aliens alike, they really hate robots, like to the point where there was like a culling and they just started taking out robots and androids in the streets and just like beating them to death, or they're not alive, but severely just torturing them and throwing them in pits and burning the bodies and everything. It got really crazy because of the mass hysteria and fear of androids. So Tim 21 was a companion bot to this kid named Andy, who later on you find out grows up, becomes a scrapper, which he hunts down androids. That's really what he does. He's kind of like a bounty hunter hunting down androids. And the Galactic Alliance, the GCC, I believe they're called, are to keep order, but they're screwed because the whole thing that happened with the Harvesters. So everything is just really messed up right now. So Telsa Nagoki is she's a blue alien, kind of like elvish looking with red hair. She is the daughter of General Nagoki, who is the commander over the GCC. There's a couple other side characters that you get in there. It's Star Wars, but not Star Wars. It's space sci-fi, not really fantasy, but it's grounded, but there is some cool things in there that later on go on where you get some cool fantasy type things. Not to Star Wars levels, but you get like robots and things that happen with the robots that you kind of find out later on in the run. It's kind of one of those things you kind of have to read without me trying to spoil it. But there are some things there. Tim 21 is a special robot. He finds his calling. There's certain things that are teased in the first volume that you later get explanations of why he's so important. They also reveal it, but you don't really know how it's important until later on in the next 2 or 3 volumes. But yeah, guys, definitely check out Descender. It's probably some of the best sci-fi stuff from Image, and I know some people are like, well, that's not saying much because it's Image, but it actually is pretty fun. It's a fun read. Definitely pick it up in trade, or check it out in Comixology. It should be free to borrow, and if you do, check it out. Comment below and let me know what you thought about it. If you've read it before, what were your thoughts? If you have any questions, go ahead and post in the comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next.